Morning folks, how are we doing? Hope you're good. So it's Thursday and this morning's live feed we're going to just talk about some effects on social media, how social media affects you as an individual when it comes to your health and your fitness, and also how you spend your time on there, and how you could use it a little bit more productively. So the reason I did this is that I was, as I'm trying to grow my own business, I'm trying to learn a little bit more about social media. And I was going through the social media and just going into a little bit more detail on Instagram. And I was looking at the search part, and then I looked at the different columns, and there's like fitness, TV, sport, business, films, all of those type of stuff. So obviously when you go onto there, you can find something very specific about that particular subject that you're looking at. So I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna look at fitness. So I clicked on the fitness tab. And I went down and I started scrolling down. And what I saw in my head, what I saw in the first, I think, 30 to 40 posts is just pictures of completely and utterly ripped men and women doing these exercises, promoting protein, supplements, or any other shit that's there. And I mean, these bodies were immaculate. Do you know what I mean? Those type of guys who are chiseled, those type of women that don't even look real, just sculptured and pretty much showing off their tits and ass. And I personally feel the fitness industry is in a shit place anyway. It kind of reminds me of the Brexit situation. It's just fucking all over the place. And it's full of frauds, it's full of shit, it's full of a negative image. And I think that social media side of things has a massive detrimental effect on dads' mindsets as well as women. I get it, but we're just talking about dads on this page. And I think it doesn't paint a realistic picture of what you can achieve. Okay? So maybe for the young guns that are in a gym and the young hustlers who are working out and need that inspiration. And I think it's great to see that people are doing really well, looking really good. You know, but for a lot of these guys, these fitness models that are on these things, that are on these posts, that are on Instagram, that are on social media, a lot of the time it's their job. So they get to train all the time. They get to train a lot of time. The majority, not all, probably don't have kids or responsibilities. You know, they're getting paid to do these brands. A lot of it is fake. So a lot of images. I saw an app the other day where you can install a six-pack over your body and you can blend it into your body and it looks half real. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying a lot of those pictures are fake, but when you look through it, you're looking at something, go fucking hell, look at all these ripped people. And a lot of it could be photoshopped. But the whole point really is just to say that, you know, a lot of this is not realistic in terms of us as dads who have a mortgage, who have a number of kids, who have responsibilities, who have limited time. You look at those pictures on social media and think, you either think, number one, I want to look like that. Number two, how the fuck do they look like that? Number three, it makes you think that you're doing something wrong. It's inspiring to see, but it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. And brings you down. And it can have effects on the insecurities going on in your head. Do you know what I mean? So it's not always gravy on social media, but don't always believe everything you see. There's a real world with guys who are achieving real types of fitness. Just because you are not chiseled, just because you are not this perfect looking human being that's in the top 30 posts on fucking Instagram, does not mean that you are not succeeding. Just because you don't look like those particular type of images that you're seeing all over social, it doesn't mean that you are not succeeding in the fitness world. Okay? There's so much more to a picture. There's so much more to that. And for us as dads, for us as people who are trying to bring up children, trying to pay the bills, doing 12-hour shifts, grinding it out. It's about a better quality of life. That's what we're looking at. It's about maybe looking down and going, God, I don't look too bad. I look half decent. You know, I quite like looking at myself in the mirror. I quite like the feel of having clothes that are a size lower than they were last year, or 2 sizes than they were last year. It's quite nice not having to use all the loops on your belt. It's quite nice having the energy to come home, still have the energy to play with my kids, put them to bed, and still have a good sex life. Okay, these are successes. And I want you to get in that mindset that looking at Instagram and looking at Facebook and looking at all these chiseled, hey guys, like get your 6-pack in 12 weeks and these bulging biceps and shoulders, you can do it. Okay, it's fucking flawed. It's flawed. Remember, a lot of these guys, like I said, it is their full-time job. This is what they do. Shush! Digby. Dick. Okay, this is what they do. And you mustn't get distracted by these pictures. You mustn't get distracted by what they're looking like, their videos, their workouts. You know, some of it is motivational. So when I look at some guys who have been overweight and suddenly they've got themselves to a great shape, that's what I want to see. I want to see that transformation. I want to know the story behind it. Prove to me it's not fake. Show me the struggles that you've faced to get to that point. Okay? Because remember when you're in your 20s and you don't have fucking any responsibilities and you're at the gym 24/7 and you're living the dream, you kind of do what you want. That's the time when you're really looking at those guys and going, yeah, look at those fucking shoulders, dude. They look fucking sick. But when you're a 40-year-old man and you've got 3 kids, one shitting on you 5 times a day, when you're waking up at 4:30, talking to a phone in the wood, okay, then going off to take some classes, then looking after the kids all day, then trying to put content together, then trying to do other things, it's very difficult. And we must put our aspirations, we must put our goals in check and be realistic. Now, there are some very motivational stuff on social media, 100%. In some lights, it can be a very positive thing. For many of you, you found me. For a lot of my followers, found me through this, right? You managed to follow me. I managed to help you out. Some of you in the Brotherhood. Some of you are thinking about the Brotherhood. Some of you don't need the Brotherhood, but just like listening to the mindset side of stuff, which is cool. And this is where social media is really good, because I have people that I follow. I have people that I like listening to. But it's very influential. You can get very obsessed, okay, with particular things on social media. I've done it before. I followed people, got obsessed, and got OTT with my actions, and I'm just like, what are you doing? So social media does have a role to play in terms of influencing dads, influencing people, how they see the fitness world, okay, how they see what we should be, what we should look like, apparently. But it's how we feel. It's how, you know, it's when we wake up. Do we feel good? Do we feel fit? Do we feel like we're fighting fit? Do we feel like we're getting somewhere? Fuck yeah. If we are, then bang, we're on it, okay? It doesn't have to be 6-packs and guns. It's nice, but it doesn't have to be. Put it into perspective about your personal situation. Don't let it influence you. Don't let it knock your confidence. Don't let it deter you from trying to get off your arse and do something with your life in terms of health. All right? I think it's just an important message there. Because, you know, we talk about our kids and the influence social media has on our kids. It's no different whether we're a 40-year-old or whether it's my daughter, 13-year-old, who gets influenced. Okay? It's about putting it all into perspective in your head and your brain and making sure that you clearly understand that this is not the final objective every single time. Just because you scroll through social media and everyone's fucking ripped, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you have to do. All those points that I brought up earlier, they're all successes. You can do all that, but you can show it through social media and you can share it through social media with keeping your t-shirt on. Guys, I hope you've had a good day. I hope you do have a good day. It's pretty fucking miserable out there. I just wanted to put, I think social media, I just wanted to touch on that point because I think it definitely plays with our mind, our influence, our thought process. Let me know your thoughts. Have a good day and I'll catch you soon.